If you're watching my channel, I'm pretty sure you're into handbags. And if you're into handbags like me, I'm pretty sure there are a lot of handbags that have crossed your path that you may have wondered how you could get it if you really want it in your collection. Or maybe some bags that you kind of went cray-cray over, but on hindsight, you didn't buy it. And you're kind of glad you didn't. So these are 8 handbags that I went a little cray-cray over, or I just had this moment that I want to buy them. But now that I'm thinking back about it, I'm pretty glad I'm pretty glad I stopped myself. Disclaimer, some of you I'm sure will have some of these bags. So again, it's not you. It's me and my lifestyle. I'm constantly changing, evolving, and during that time when I was going, on and on about getting it or going a little crazy about getting it, maybe I wasn't really thinking that it suited me. So anyway, I'll talk about each of those bags and how I'm reflecting today. So again, don't get offended. It is really just a chit chat. And if you're not subscribed, we like these kind of chit chats on my channel. So I do hope you're subscribed. I do makeup, skincare as well. So yeah, subscribe, put that notification on, and for everyone else, let's talk about handbags I'm glad I didn't buy. The first one, oh my goodness, this was a never-ending story. Never stopped. It is the never full. Wow. My adventure or my constant looking for the never full was a long journey. I tried the regular version, the original monogram. I tried it in the damier version, in the damier Zu. I tried them in the limited edition. There was one which the Japanese, and then they had the Tahitian. Wow, I kept trying it and telling myself that I should be a never full kind of girl. I should get one. I could convince myself that it would suit so many occasions, especially traveling, especially going to work. But every single time I put it on my shoulder and I carried it in the store, I never felt the butterflies in my stomach. Maybe it overwhelmed my frame or something about it. When it's brand new, it's so boxy. Or if they take it out from the storeroom or the back room, wherever, it's folded and there's this big line in the middle. There's something always wrong with it, and each time I would be underwhelmed. But so many people love it. Every time I watch one YouTuber talk about the Neverfull, it's like the best bag that they have, and I want to have that feeling. So I tried it, but I never got it. I stopped myself. And now that I'm reflecting back again, I'm glad I stopped myself in each of those occasions. If I'm gonna grab a tote right now, I'm more than happy to grab my Longchamp, which is just nylon. I don't have to worry about it. Or I have my Forêt La Page right now. So even though this Neverfull is one of those iconic LV bags, I'm glad I didn't jump on that boat. Next bag is also something that I've talked about several times, so I won't harp on it too much, but the Lady Dior. Oh my goodness, I think I have gone into the store so many times. I tried the medium, I tried the small, the micro, the ABC. I tried it in patent leathers, and I tried it when they still had the flap before the zip, before they had the soft, the microchip. Oh my goodness, so many. And again, every time I put it on, it didn't just wow me. I mean, I loved it from afar when I see people carrying it. I saw my good friend here buy it, and I'm like, I need a Lady Dior. I need one because it's just this iconic bag from the house that just seemed like you need to have it if you're a bag lover. You know what I mean? But I just could not do it. Firstly, it was getting so expensive. I think over the years that I've seen it, it's gone up and up and up. And you would think that I would be like, I'm gonna get it. Normally I would. Like if it was Chanel, I'll be like, okay, grab it now or never. Like my Chanel classic flap in the size small. But this Lady Dior, even though the price went up, I still held back. I'm like, okay, I just cannot. My head was really saying, girl, it's not for you. Firstly, it's so ladylike. And then on top of that, I felt like the price in the resale market was just so demotivating. You know, like you knew that the moment you buy it, it just did not hold its value. And it was already so expensive. So I think even though I wanted the bag in my collection to keep and hold for a long, long time, there was this part of me saying like, maybe I should just wait and look in the resale market. The next bag would get a lot of people a little divided. Because when this collection went out or came out from LV, everybody was either, I hate it, it's horrible, what a rubbish, or some people actually absolutely loved it. And I started off kind of in between. There were pieces that I was like, no way I'm gonna get this. But there were pieces that I was like, wow, that's really nice. So it is the LV Masterpiece Collection. Do y'all remember that? Where they had all these master pieces, like was it? Well, I forgot. Like there were a lot of Mona and just, I'm not good at my art names, but it was just really beautiful. But they had faces on it, right? So those were the ones that I was like, nah, I don't think so. I think that's too much. But there was this beautiful watercolor it was like a lake, and it had this blue and purple, and it was just flowers. And I honestly thought that was just absolutely gorgeous. Now, I actually hunted that bag down for a bit, and I think I was in Hong Kong or Japan. I can't remember, because a lot of the pieces were actually sold out for collectors. And I know there are real collectors out there that love this bag. It's beautiful. I am honestly glad that I didn't go and buy it, because I actually saw it and I was like, oh my gosh. And I was with my husband. My husband was like, but I was like really into it because it's very, very well made. Yeah, but I'm glad I didn't, because I think if I did, I would not have it in my collection anymore, kind of like my multicolor LV, because I was still in my collector mindset. When I was hunting that bag down, or I was going like, ooh, I'm really considering it, my mind was about collecting this iconic piece. I'm not sure how I'll use it, I wasn't really thinking beyond having it. I was in a mindset of keeping things and being okay with just storing them somewhere, but I'm beyond that now. So I am about using my things, don't care, if it gets destroyed, and if I have to resell it at a big loss, I don't really care anymore. I just really want to bring back that feeling of loving my things, enjoying it, and not be so precious about it. I'll care for my stuff, of course, but I want to be able to use my things, and if it's not serving me, I will let it go. The next bag is pretty recent, and this one I would say that I'm glad I stopped myself now. I still really love it. If I find it in the resale market for a really good price, I might still get it. But I'm glad I stopped myself, because I think I was in the mindset of just wanting to buy something, spend money that I don't have kind of thing. Just, kind of going a little nuts. But it is the Celine Triomphe bag. Now, I was with Clara in Hong Kong, where we were just going at stores, luxury stores, checking Celine, checking YSL, and then I came across the Celine Triomphe bag, and I think it's in the teen size. But what was special about this version, it had silver hardware. And I'm really into silver right now. I just really like the look at the moment, and it's the trend as well, so it kind of suits my mindset. Black with silver, it was beautiful. I obsessed about it for a bit, and I considered buying it in Hong Kong, and then I came back to Singapore, and I thought, okay, I'll get it here in Singapore, I'll get it at the airport. I was going on a little bit about it, but then, I think I was in a different mindset. I was in a very work has always been crazy, right? So I think work stress, which I know when I did when I bought my Dior Montaigne, 30 Montaigne, remember that? That was also another stress purchase. So I believe that stress makes you buy unnecessary things. So I'm glad I didn't jump at it, and I'm glad that I got lots of other distraction, work mainly, that now that I don't have it, I'm glad I did not pull the trigger. It's beautiful. I think it's a great bag. I see a lot of girls in Singapore carrying it. I have seen at least the canvas version. I see a few of the brown ones and black with gold, but I don't see this silver, a black bag with silver. So it's different. It's unique. So I wouldn't say that I would not get it, but I don't think the price, oh my gosh, the price. It's so expensive. So Celine, again, similar to Lady Dior, or at least the Dior bags, they don't sell very well in the resale market. And if you were overseas, you can get it a lot cheaper. So, you know, never say never. If I bump into that particular bag in the resale market for a really good deal, I may consider still, but I don't have a need for it, so I'm glad that I stopped myself because I don't have a need for it. Stress purchase, all of that just accumulated. It's just a recipe for a bad purchase. We have another LV bag, and of course, because LV comes up with so many collections, they have beautiful, fun, modern, funky, beautiful designs, interesting designs, and that is the LV Coussant bag or cushion bag. Do you remember how crazy everybody was? Every influencer had one, the big one, the small one, the squishy one. It was just all over your social media. But do you see anybody carrying it now? Nah, nobody's carrying it. Well, I mean, there are still people carrying it, but at least not on social media. But even as I walk around, I don't really see a lot of people carrying that bag. But I mean, it doesn't mean that it's not popular. I still see it being sold in store, but it's not being pushed out as much. Now, what made me so crazy about it? Well, it was in the pillow craze, right? It's the squishy bag, very comfy, stylish. Just seems so practical because it's like an envelope bag. Nothing much, right? And you know, if you think about it right now, of what prices are today, it was actually quite reasonable. Beautiful chain bracelet, I mean not bracelet but chain detailing that it had a strap, and it just made sense, just a functional bag. And I tried it several times in store. I tried it in Malaysia, I came to Singapore, I went back to Malaysia, tried it again, and it was actually cheaper in Malaysia. But during the time that I was trying it, the prices were adjusting and it went up pretty much. I think like over a few months that I was going on about it, I think it had a jump of like 20+% to 30%. So I think it was during the COVID time and everything was just crazy. But anyway, I am glad that I did not buy it. And I think it was because I was trying it in store. And then there was one particular bag that I saw displayed. And it gave me a glimpse into the future of this bag. And I just snapped out of this craze haze. It looked mashed up. The version that was on display, probably tried and touched by 1,000 people. It looked so worn that it was not attractive anymore. Because when you take the brand new one from the box, it's smooth, it's just absolutely shiny and crinkle free, still in shape, you know, it's still standing. But the one that I had on display, she took it from me and I touched it, and the first thing I felt was this almost less squishy, you know, a little melted leather. And I remember the SA said to me, oh, because it's, you know, this is how the leather will be used. And I was like, that looks kind of like not damaged, but you know, it's been through it. And then I took a close look. It really looks so wrinkled. It looks like grandma skin, like this. Especially some of the corners. And I was like, wow, that's a lot of use. And it was expensive. So I get it, because I've got my Chanel 22 at the back. But somehow that kind of use, it it looked different. So maybe that piece was just mistreated because it was display, people were trying it, people were squishing it. And you know, that's the point, right? You want to, if you're the essay, oh, just squish it. So people are just going at it, right? Because you don't have to buy it, right? You can just walk out of the store. But, you know, what if that is it? That what if you keep squishing it over time and then your money is depleting with every squish very quickly for a very, very trendy bag. So I guess that one try kind of snapped me out of it. I was like, maybe not. The Fendi multicolor bag. Oh my goodness. I was obsessing over this bag. It was during my collector head again, so same reason. I wanted it. I just wanted to collect it. It just gave me this feeling of so much joy and color and just interesting look of a bag. And it was extra interesting because the Fendi was not leather, but it was, in fact, it was like furry. What is it called? Like, it's not suede, but anyway, it was this like furriness, and it just felt so good. It looked so cool. It was a talking piece. Yeah, that's the word. Yeah, talking piece. So anyway, I tried it at the airport. I tried it at Ion. I tried it at Ion a couple of times. I don't know, something logical was hitting me every time I wore it. The bag was beautiful, but at the same time, I was, you know, my practical side of me was growing up. She was kind of like struggling out of her shell. So I knew that in Singapore it was raining a lot, and I did wonder if, you know, if I scratched the furry part or the fluffy parts, how would they repair it? So I think I did ask those questions, you know, how would you repair this if any part came out? And I couldn't get like the best answer. I couldn't get like the answer like, oh, you no worries, you know, it'll be fixed by Fendi. It was always something like, yeah, you could bring it back. We'll see what we can do. So I think that didn't give me the reassurance that you know, if anything happened to this limited edition, very unique piece, can it be fixed and would I incur cost because it's this bag that's not just full leather, right? It's different. So yeah, I think those definitely made me think twice. The next two bags are very recent. I actually just did a video on it. The first is the Balenciaga Rodeo bag. Oh my gosh, it's like, don't talk about Balenciaga. I get it, I respect it, I totally agree that they went overboard with their campaign. I'm gonna get shot for this, right? I was crazy about the bag because it's, you know, I'm just looking at the bag for the practicality and the functionality and all of that. So my friend got it, a few friends got it, and they love the bag. They just absolutely think it's so useful. And for me, I think it's so useful. I think that they have a good flap, like 2 flaps. They have the back pockets. It's like the Kelly just made so much better. So I was obsessing over it. But I'm glad I let the obsession kind of fade a little bit, and you know, because it's been recent, you know, other things have been happening that I just sort of like, you know, calm down a little bit from that wave of craze. That now I'm glad I kind of stopped myself, because one, I have a very similar large bag and it's right behind, right, my thumb like that, right behind. I have my Chanel 22, which actually fulfills all my big bag needs. If I need a bigger bag, I grab that fellow, or I grab this other one that you can't see, but it's actually my Longchamp bag at the corner, the one that I always talk about. I have my 2 very, very easygoing black bags. So why do I want another Balenciaga Rodeo bag? So I guess I'm trying to buy bags that I have a need in my collection instead of adding more bulk to my collection. So I'm glad that I pulled back. That doesn't mean that I still don't look at it. I'm glad that I stopped myself right now because I just don't have the need for it. But yeah, you know, who knows? Maybe if that bag is like super discounted in the resale market, maybe somebody says, you know, it's not for me anymore, or they find another bag that suits them and they sell it, I might just pick it up. I might pick it up as in like resale, price low enough. I don't mind it being bashed up actually. So yeah, that might happen. Now the last bag is something that I had to pluck the courage to push back and also apologize too. So anyway, it is the Pochette Matisse East West. Now I am obsessed about this bag and I'm still very sure I will get it. I don't think it's the one that I'm gonna like not get. I really like it. I think it looks so chic and I have nothing like that in my collection. I just think it's chic, it's functional, it's small enough. I'm into the baguette style. I've been into it for a while, so it makes me happy. When I tried it in store, I was like, oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. I need it. Now, I had a subscriber reach out and said that she had one version and she offered it to me. And I was like, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna pay you. I'm gonna meet you. But we had a little time apart because I was traveling and she was also traveling. And during this time apart, and I talked about it a little bit in my Q&A, I'm going through some really stressful period in my work life. I don't have the mind to buy bags. I have mind to buy other things, but I don't have a mind to buy bags, and I don't have like time to use the bag. So it's actually more of right now. I'm glad I stopped myself right now. So I said, look, I just cannot buy your bag now. It's just been so crazy at work. And I'm so thankful that, you, my subscribers, are so understanding. So I said, if go and use it, because it was brand new. I told her, go and use it. And when I'm ready, I'll reach out to you again. And I think it's so nice to own a subscriber's bag. It's like some of you buy my bags. I feel really almost like what's the word, like touched, and I don't know, like I just feel so cheesy, like connected. When somebody buys my bag, I just feel like I'm handing over this piece, and it just makes me feel really happy. I'm homing it to somebody that would appreciate it. So anyway, I digress. I'm talking about this Pochette Matisse that I'm glad I stopped myself, because I know I want it, but it's the timing. The timing is not right. So I'm glad that I am adulting and said, look, it's not the right time to buy this bag. If it's for you, and when your mindset's more steady and it's more, it's just, you're back to bag cat, and then that's time. Right now, it's just that I want the bag, but I just don't have any occasions. I don't have the time. It's just not practical for me to own a bag that would sit in my closet. So I'm glad I stopped myself. It was really hard. I don't know, I felt so touched that she reached out and said that, hey, look, I've got this bag for you. So I was like, oh, this is like stars align. But then my stars kind of like unaligned itself because of work and all that. So anyway, I'm glad I stopped myself for that. It is situational, and yeah, well, if I do buy that bag, there'll be an unboxing for all of you. Anyway, that is my list of 8. I'm pretty sure I have a lot more bags. But yeah, if you want me to go through the other bags as well, I'll dig my little archive. Let me know in the comment section down below. I can talk about those bags that I stopped myself. Yeah, glad to do part 2, so let me know and I will gladly do it for you. Otherwise, remember to subscribe, hit the notification bell as well. Otherwise, everyone, please take care, stay safe, and I will see you in my next video.